everybody. Welcome. My name's Tori. This is my channel, Tori Moves. We are doing mindful movement for busy people. And today we're going to be doing a short box series on top of the Reformer. This is going to be mostly intermediate. It's some little improv on the classical flow, so nothing too crazy. You will need a magic circle. If you don't have a circle, not a big deal. You can use your hands. It's just not, you don't get the same feedback, but you can still definitely do this and get a lot from it. I have all of the springs on. I have my box. I'm a little bit taller. I'm 5'8", so I like to give myself a little bit more space by putting the box over top of the shoulder blocks. So it depends on your reformer. Some of them slide out, so you might have space that way. I'm going to go ahead and start with both feet underneath the safety strap. And I'm curling just at the first metatarsal, so right where the first knuckles of my toes are, or if you had shoes on, where the bottoms of your shoelaces would be. And I'm anchoring my feet out to the side, so I'm anchoring the outside of my hips, and I'm pulling back. So to start, if you're really new to this, you can hold on to the handles as you lean back, and then slowly start to come back up nice and tall. I like to put the circle against my rib cage here, hug my arms around, and then scoop back a little bit to get the front of my body to pull in towards the back of my body. And I'm exhaling and inhale, and I kind of squeeze in on the circle as I lift up, feeling like the tips of my shoulders are going out to the side, and my shoulder blades are pulling together, and my neck is long. We'll do one more time here. Lean back. Good. And then I'm going to exhale, press in on the circle, turn to the right and center. Turn to the left and center. One more time each way. Turn and then center and turn. We're going to go back over to the right. So I was just kidding when I said one more. We're going to press in on the circle. Keep pulling through your abs. Pull through your feet. Press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to the middle, over to the left. Hello, core. Press 5, 4, pull your shoulders down your back. 3, 2, and 1. Pull all the way back up through the middle. We're going to round forward for a moment. Take a deep breath. I'm going to take this circle, and now I'm going to put it behind like the occipital area of the back of my skull. So basically right underneath my ponytail is here. And I'm going to pull forward on the other part of this. I'm going to pull my shoulders down and back, so my elbow points are reaching forward. My shoulders are pulling down. My rib cage pulls in towards my body. I'm going to start to lean back here. So I'm articulating. This is all round back. C curve back, scooped out through your abdominals. Back. And then pull up, making sure that my neck is connected as part of my spine. A lot of times my head hangs forward, and I'm not the only one because I see other people doing it too. Good, so this really forces me to pull my chin in a little bit towards my throat and push up tall through the back of my head. I'm going to go back one more time. I'm going to turn a little bit over to the right. So now I'm making sure my whole spine from my rib cage up is turning as one piece. I can't accidentally turn my head more than the rest of my body. One more time each way. Turn and center and turn and center, and then sit up nice and tall. Okay. Now we're going to go to some flat back hinges here. So this one, my habit is to kind of dump into this crease right at the bottom of my ribs. So I really need to make sure that I'm actually pulling and lengthening from that area. So I'm going to grab onto the outside of the circle. I'm going to push it away from me and feel like I'm pulling the circle apart to lock through the outside of my shoulder. Press out and then slowly start to hinge back, hinging from my hips, and then get taller as I come back up. So my glutes are super active here. Press up and away, get taller, get taller, get taller, and then slowly pull and come back up. Let's do 2 more. Whew. Reach it back, push, pull into that strap, lift, 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 lift more, and then back up nice and tall. Very last one, press here, reach, 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 and then all the way back up. And over and round, and take a deep breath. Okay. We're going to add some rotation to that one. I want to talk about it before we go into it. So there's different types of rotation. I'm not going to say one's good or bad, but what we're trying to do here is basically just trying to like peek over your shoulder. So let's sit up nice and tall and just kind of pivot and just peek over your shoulder. So I'm not doing this big exaggerated lean back. We're just doing like the very beginning of it, just tilting a little bit and press away more. And tilt a little bit, look over your shoulder, press away more. Okay, flat back. You're going to hinge it back, reach here, turn and look over your right shoulder, and then back to center. And then turn and look over your left shoulder, back to center. One more time each way. Press up to rotate, anchor your hips down, and then to the left, and then back to the middle, and up nice and tall. So you feel the heat building from the middle of your body and generating outward. Okay. So we're going to go into tree. I'm going to do my left side first, just so that way when I end up turning, I'm facing towards you guys. But normally I always do my right leg first, just because of like the way our abdominal organs are set up. It helps to push the, if you activate your right side first, it helps push and help with digestion. But we're going to do I'm doing my left side first, just for filming, okay, you guys. So you should probably do your right. I'm going to have my elbows up to the side. I'm going to pull my heel in towards my hip a little bit, and I'm going to look down towards my knee. I'm going to scoop out through my abs, and I'm going to think of pulling my hip down to be even with the other one the best that I can. I'm going to scoop back like a little ball, and then pull back up nice and tall. So I'm pushing into the circle just as much as I'm pulling with my arms. It's counterbalancing me. One more time here. Good, and as I go back, I'm softening my ribs down. Then I sit up tall. Don't stand up. We're going to have our femur here. You're going to keep your femur in the same place. Pull your shoulders down your back like you're picking up a heavy bucket. And then kick your heel out and away. And pull it in towards you. And then kick it out and away. So I'm really creasing and hinging. I'm trying to keep my kneecap pointing right towards my face. Lift it up. And then bend it in. One more time. Reach it here. Okay. So you can have your elbows bent. You can have them straighter. It depends on the angle of your hip crease. Pull that hip down, hinge yourself back all as one piece, and then pull yourself back up. And hinge everything back, and pull, come back up. One more time. Locked in place, using my left side obliques. Now we're going to hold it here. I'm going to lower back a little bit, and I'm going to scoop just through my ribs, trying to curl myself up towards my leg. And then back a little bit so your leg stays in the same place. And you're curling up towards it, and you can really notice if your hips are off here because your upper body will feel twisted. Curl. Okay, one more time, keeping my neck long, and lift. Whew, that one was fun. So now you're going to turn to, if your right leg was lifted, you're going to turn to your right. In an ideal world, our knee would be lined up with this little handle on your box here. You don't want it to go out here because then it's hard to balance on the side of your leg. So if the leg doesn't go here, I would say just kind of extend it up and over if you have like issues bending the knee and flexing it to that angle. Your other foot, you're going to flex it, and then you're going to point your toes to face in the direction you're facing to get your hip to roll forward. I always start out with my hand on the headrest, and you should have this little triangle of space underneath your inner thigh. So you can have the circle here on top of your top leg, and you're just going to lift yourself up a little bit and then back down. So I'm pressing in on the circle because I'm exhaling. Lift and then back down. And 2. Good. And 1. Okay, I'm going to connect both hands to the circle now. Here we go. Press in, lift all the way up, and then go all the way over and down the best that I can. Tap my elbow into the side, squeeze, and lift. Let's do 3 more, okay? We got this. Keep your neck nice and long. Keep breathing. Pull with your leg. Good. Anchor your hips down. Keep them stacked on top of each other. 2. One more time. Okay, we're going to go to halfway. I'm trying to make my body a straight line, a diagonal line from the side view. You're going to press in on the circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, hello, obliques. Okay. Now to the other side. So I'm going to be hooking my left leg in the loop, but you might be hooking your right leg now because you just did the right side. We had that whole discussion about that on the other leg. And your other foot goes into the ball of the foot inside the circle. You're going to pull back on that strap, anchor your 2 hips down, get them equal to each other. First, we're going to be like rolling like a ball. Your elbows are down. You have space between your heel and your hip, but they're pulling together. And there's space between your chest and your thigh. You rock it back a little bit and then pull and come back up. And so I'm not letting my head tip back because that will send a signal to my body that I'm falling. I'm scooping my rib cage down and then lifting back up. My heel got away from me a little bit there. One more time. Back, 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 back. And up, 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 up. Whew. So now I'm going to be perched on my sit bones. My femur stays in place. Pull my shoulders down and back. Press my leg out and away. And then pull it back in. So in an ideal world, my upper thigh, my femur would stay in exactly the same spot that it's in right now. It's not going to move away from me. It's just, if anything, going to move closer. Let's do 2 more. 2. And last one. Okay, so now my leg is straight. You may be pulling it in here. Maybe your arms reach out a little bit away. You're going to slowly tip yourself back, 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 back. Get a stretch. And then slowly come back up. And again, thinking the same angle between your thigh and your abdomen the whole time. And back up. This next one, we're going to hold it with your leg up towards the ceiling. So you lean it back. You pull, you try and get your hips to even out. You're pushing it away. I'm going to scoop up through my abdominals and then back a little bit. And scoop up and back a little bit. Good. And 3. And 2. And 1. Whew. Come all the way back up. This is really good for evening out the imbalances between the 2 sides of your body, which we all have. I know when I first started doing this, it was impossible for me to do one side, like I couldn't even lift myself up, and now I've gotten a lot stronger. So my knee is lined up with that little handle here on the side. I'm on the side of my leg, and my other foot is flexed with my toes facing the same direction that I'm facing. My hand's going to go onto my headrest here. I'm going to push my circle onto my leg. I'm going to press down and just lift myself up a little bit, maybe to my fingertips, and then back down. And by the way, you can stay here the whole time. This is still really hard if you're fully connected. Ooh, and I was kind of twisted there. So I'm leaning out through the top of reaching out through the top of my head. I'm going to connect both hands to the circle here. I'm going to press and lift myself all the way up. And then all the way over and down, keeping that little triangle of space, thinking of dipping myself down towards the box, and then press in and up. And then over and down. And then press in and up. Let's do 3 more, okay? You got this. Pull through that left leg. Or that right leg, if you're doing what I said, which is backwards of me. And 1 more. Pull. And then just come to a diagonal line here. So you're reaching out your long line. You're going to press in on your circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way back up. Whew. Okay, so hopefully just in that short little bit of movement, I mean, that's total body. You got your hips, your upper body was engaged, your neck is long. I feel like this really helps release the 2 sides of my hips and get them to even out. This is great for runners, for athletes. If you have someone that's comfortable holding their upper body position, great for just general everyone should do Pilates. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down so I don't make a video like this ever again. Subscribe to my channel for new videos every Monday and Friday. Look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye!